Craig, what were your thoughts on the match and how it went out?
I thought it was certainly a physical game, very physical. I thought it even got a little bit ugly in the first half. I thought there was a few errors from both sides and defence dominated. I thought it was a slow game, to be quite honest, especially the first half. But the play of the balls on both sides were quite slow. So, but I was happy with our effort in. I thought we defended really well, and we knew that we were going to come up against a good defensive team tonight. So we didn't want to lose our patience. And I think in the first half, a couple of times we did. A couple of their tackles they made on their try line in that first half were quite remarkable. But they continue to do that every week. So, as I said, we had to be a little bit more patient. I think we had to be a little bit smarter as well when Radley was in the bin. I don't think we handled that 10 minutes with the ball overly well. But I thought there was great effort and there was some really good signs defensively for us. I think that was a huge improvement this week. So overall, any time you get a win against the Roosters, you're pretty happy with that.
Almost kept them scoreless for the first time in about 5 years until the last minute. That probably would have pleased you more than anything. Is that fair to say? Or?
Yeah. As I said, I thought we had to improve our defence after last week, or the last couple of weeks, to be quite honest. I don't think a couple of areas of our defence hasn't been where I'd like it to be. But having said that, I think I've always probably been more defensive minded than attacking minded, but I think with the players we've got at the moment in our team, I think they're probably a lot of those guys' real strengths are in attack, so that's a little way we're going, I suppose. But having said that, we still if you're going to go deep into the season, you need to have a good defence.
Talk about being patient in the first half or needing to be patient. Did you get a sense the players were getting frustrated that they had all that possession but they weren't able to post points? Yeah,
without a doubt. Obviously, I think we didn't play a whole heap smart, Hannah, like at times. And the Roosters come up with about 2 or 3, unbelievable tackles, to stop tries, I suppose. So both of those things probably got us a little bit impatient. We spoke about that at half time, and I thought our second half was much better with the footy and a little bit more, not so much creative, but making the right decision more often. I think that was, our plus in the second half.
And what does that come down to, the ability to make the right decision?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of it. Obviously, with our halves and fullback have played plenty of footy together, but Brandon hasn't played a whole heap of dummy half for us, because of Cameron being here, and Harry hasn't played very much at all. So I think our improvement can really come through the combination of those two guys with the rest of the team, especially our spine. So. I think that there's, if we keep working hard and keep looking at what we can get better at and continue to improve the things we are doing well, I think, there's some good times ahead for this team.
This game was billed as the clash of the fullbacks, but in comes Harry Grant in just his 4th game for the Storm, 19th game of NRL. He just looks so comfortable out there. What did you make of his game? Yeah,
he was certainly one of our better players, without a doubt. Again, I think Brandon deserves a little bit of credit there too. I think he started the game and probably that's obviously when the teams are freshest with their defence, and so I think he might have. Made it a little bit easier for Harry. Not a little bit easier, but just took the edge off the Roosters' defence before Harry went out. But he was wonderful last week for us, Harry. And he was wonderful again tonight. And I thought Brandon played strong as well. So I just thought they'd done a really good job, especially in that first 20 minutes of the second half when they were playing in tandem. Going there dummy half. I thought they'd done a great job.
So you could potentially be at full strength for Anzac Day. Do you feel like you have a few selection headaches in a number of areas? I guess they're good problems to have.
Yeah, obviously we expect Dale to come back next week. I think Branko's playing his second game this week, so we'll just see how he pulls up. But I'd rather have those problems than trying to find someone. But like I say, it's he'll probably come back in here in 4 weeks' time, and we're trying to find a couple of players. That's how it sort of goes throughout the season. But we're travelling that okay at the moment. With all due respect, I'm not. We've had a real tough draw. The first 6 games we've played 4 of the top 6 sides. I don't think any other side has done that. So it's been a tough little period for us, but I'm really happy the way they stumped up tonight. Sometimes when you play some big games or play games against good opposition, it can sort of blunt you a touch. But I was really happy the way they responded tonight, and we get a little bit of a rest now before Anzac Day, and we'll try and freshen them up a little bit and give them the weekend off, and see what comes after that.
How's Ryan Pappenhausen?
Yeah, he's okay. I was not going to replace him there towards the end, but it's just like an AC joint with a lot of players get them, and he's certainly not going to miss any games, but it might be a little bit sore for a couple of weeks. But he's a tough kid, so he'll get through.
Is everyone else okay? Obviously, it was.
Oh yeah, there was a few head knocks and whatever. Like I lost count. I wasn't quite sure how many replacements we had there at stages, and so it was a little bit hard to keep up with, to be quite honest. So, but I haven't heard anything. Anything of serious. I think Paps is probably the worst. Brandon just come off at the end there because he was probably still getting over his illness from last week. He didn't do a whole heap of training this week, so hopefully he'll be better for that. But I think other than that, we come through okay.
Craig, do you think you'll persist with Harry coming off the bench, or are you tempted to put him in there from the start?
Oh, again, like as I said, he's with Brandon starting, it takes the edge off a little bit for Harry. We might swap it around. I'm not quite sure, but because Brandon does a great job, in his other role as well. Again, we'll take it week by week, and as I said, they're still working on their combinations. Every game and every training session we have. Harry's, as Hannah said, Harry's played 4 games for the Storm. And he missed a lot of training with his injury after the trial. So you like to think those combinations are going to get stronger and stronger. The more they train, the more they play.